שלום, אני מרגוט, אני עולה לא כל כך חדשה, אני עליתי מדנבר קולורדו לפני, ב-2012. אני גר פה בתל אביב. I'm a content creator and a podcast host, and I make content about my life here in Tel Aviv and in Israel, and Israel is the love of my life. My father was actually born here in Israel, and ever since I was a child, he explained to me the importance of Israel and explained that we have a Jewish and Israeli identity, and that was something that I have felt connected to and that I have loved since I can remember. I grew up in a mixed faith family, and so I think that offers me a lot of different cultural backgrounds that I was exposed to. I always felt closest to my Jewish identity. But there were always times when, I did go to Catholic school growing up, and unfortunately there's a lot of anti-Semitism that's weaved into Christianity and to Christian practice.
Surging levels of anti-Semitism.
The rise in anti-Semitism.
That anti-Semitism is on the rise in America.
If you're Jewish, and in many instances, if you're living anywhere else, you're going to experience anti-Semitism at one point in your life or another, period. I just kind of felt like, you know what? I would rather leave the US as by choice than have to eventually leave because I no longer feel safe.
What's your first meeting with Israel?
Taglit. Like a lot of us, I came on Taglit in 2010. I was 21 years old. I had no idea what to expect, but I knew that I was gonna love it. And it really was the best 10 days of my life. Taglit was so special. And I know everybody makes the jokes about Taglit, and it was also special for a lot of those reasons. Meeting Israeli guys for the first time, I was like, oh, okay. They don't make them like this back home, But I was just exposed to all of these people. Everybody was Jewish. And I was just like, oh my gosh, these Israelis, they're so fucking cool. I just saw Israelis and I was like, those are my people. I went back to Colorado for a little bit, but my heart really felt like it belonged here in Israel. Moving to Israel was definitely a huge sacrifice, and obviously it was really hard to leave the United States and my family and my friends, like you said, but it just felt like my heart was being pulled to Israel. And when you fall in love, you do crazy things, like move your entire life here and sacrifice a lot. Years ago, when I was here on my 5-month internship program, I knew that I couldn't go back to the US before I saw my grandmother's grave. I knew where it was, but I had no idea how to get there. And I was with a group of friends, and we were on a road trip to the north. And I knew that it was at this cemetery in Tveria, but I had no idea what that meant. So we found it. I had just barely started to learn how to read in Hebrew. I did not know a single word, except I was walking through the cemetery, and I looked over and I saw Twito. That was where I was like, this is my home. That's when I first felt Israeli. That's when I first felt Israeli. Wow, I'm like emotional thinking about it. That's it. I'm here. This is where I belong.